Welcome back to the channel. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning, and I have my furry sidekick, my trusty sidekick. She's all energized and ready to go, all jazzed up for the video. When I did the video on peeling clear coat and how to address it, and there's only one way to fix it properly, and that's to sand it down completely and respray it. Well, that followed with questions on how to restore plastic trim that's doing the same thing at all, if it can be restored. Well, it so happens that this Kia here is having such a problem on both A-pillars, both sides. It's plastic, if you can hear that, and it is peeling. The protective layer over top of the color is flaking away and wearing away. Let's see how good we can make this look. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it look better than new again, but marked improvement, sure. Let's get to it. By the way, after a couple weeks, the side with the Poppy's patina is still holding up well. See that line there? That's the line that we polished over there. We didn't do anything to it. Without clear coat, this is going to oxidize quickly, and it is, because they both look pretty much the same at the end of that video. So for those that wanted to know, the Poppy's patina will keep that buried for just a little bit longer. Keep it looking, well, I guess presentable from 8 to 10 feet away. Anyway, this is the plastic trim on both sides of the A-pillar, and it is failing. And I had a subscriber that wanted to know how that could be improved or restored. Well, let me give it a shot for you. The first thing that I would like to do, just out of habit, is run tape up and down along both sides of the trim. You know, it's not like this is a $60,000 car and we need to worry about all the surrounding materials, but just out of habit, I like to run masking tape and protect everything and try avoid some liability issues. That's all you have to do. You don't have to tape it like you're painting it. It took just a couple seconds, well worth the time. I got myself a fine polishing pad, foam, that is ready to go into the trash can or the dumpster. You don't want to use anything new. There's going to be a ton of transfer, and this pad is going to be going straight into the trash afterwards because it's going to get clogged up. So we have an older fine pad, so any really finishing pad will do, and a finishing polish is going to be good enough for this. This is the Koch Chemie M302. I don't care how these things are pronounced. I know the scholars down in the comments section will do it for me. All I care about is how they perform. This is an excellent microcut or finishing polish. Absolutely love it. So let me load up my pad. You don't need a lot. This isn't a big surface area. I'm actually going to, prime the pad with my finger here a little bit. Spread some of this out. For some of this goodness. And then on the lowest setting, I'm going to polish this pillar. Low setting, keeps the heat down, keeps the friction down. You don't need a ton of energy to correct this material. So we don't need the polisher screaming on the highest speed setting. Certainly a 3-inch polisher would really do a great job. Most of mine are being used right now on bumpers and other small areas. So As you can see here, I'm using a 5-inch pad, and this polisher has a hell of a throw to it, but you'll be fine. This A-pillar is already trashed anyways. How much more damage are you going to do to it? Just making sure that I'm tilting the polisher and getting all of the surface. Now you can see the transfer that we're getting. Some crappy microfibers as well, I would recommend, because you're going to get a little bit of transfer on these too. Now, there's a dilemma. Although this looks a lot better, and you could just leave it like this, protect it a little bit. I want to bring you in close so you can see something. Where the layer that's failing and falling away or peeling away from the base coat layer, you're going to be able to see that. It's very thin. This, as you can see here, plastic is textured, and if you do wet sanding, you're going to flatten it, and you're going to have some areas that are flat and some textured. I'm going to grab a piece of, say, 2500 grit and show you what would happen. So 2500, P2500. And we'll see if we can blend in that area just a little bit better. 2500 grit isn't crazy difficult to correct when you're done with the sanding here. Let's rinse away. You can see the material, whatever that is, running down. I'm not using a lot of pressure. Again, this is plastic, so you can't go crazy. You can be a little bit more, you can pinpoint where you're sanding just using the tip of the finger, right where it transitions from the material that's still hanging in there and the material that failed and peeled away. Okay, that's as far as we're going to go. Let's polish that. Stick with the same pad, same finishing polish. And all we're doing here trying to sand out, polish out the sand marks. Well, I got to tell you, that looks pretty damn good. Most customers would be very happy with that. What do you think, guys? Not perfect, but a hell of a lot better than this side. On this side, we're going to do something different. So we're going from this to that. And then from there, you can protect it any way you want to. Wax, polymer sealant, coating, paint protection film would be my choice. So much better. Let's go to the other side and try a different method and see how that works. We're going to grab the DIY plastic restore and protect and alone see how that works on this plastic trim. Just for the fun of it. By the way, when I store my coating bottles, no matter what it is, when I get that cap on there nice and tight after cleaning the cap and cleaning the threads so there's no crystallization going on, I wrap some electrical tape around right where the seam is too to help keep some of the oxygen out of there. Not a perfect method, but it helps a little bit. And if I can get it to assist me in making my coatings last just a little bit longer, I'm happy with that. Let's prime this pad, get it on there nice and thick. This plastic is very absorbent, so had to get it on there pretty darn thick. I mean, I got to tell you, that looks good as well. I'm not sure how it's going to cure. You just want to make sure you have an even layer. But look at that. That hid the, the line where it's failing as well. But let me know what side you would want if it was your vehicle. This side, driver's side, or passenger side. All right, so that's the A pillar. The B pillars are a kind of vinyl trim. Plasticky vinyl. I think, let me see here. Let's open this up. Yes, you can see that some of it scraped off. That looks like hell. That could be brought back to life as well by polishing and other methods. Do you want to see me take care of those? That's a different type of material. You'll have to approach those a little bit more careful. The other side is the same way. Stained, oxidized. You can see it's just like a sticker, vinyl sticker. This is actually cracking over here, so maybe we'll do it on this side. If you want me to, just let me know down in the comment section. And then also with the tape removed, both sides look so much better. That will do it for this video. Let me know which side looked the best or you would prefer. You get the results with something that took maybe a minute or two to restore. Took a little bit longer to restore this side, but maybe the results are worth it. Let me know down in the comments section. These cheap auction cars are awesome. This one's still holding up great. Check engine light never came back on. I'm using it as often as I can to get parts and stuff. This is going to go to a neighbor nearby. His daughter's just turning 16. I'm just going to give it to her. However long it lasts, something like this, when you're turning 16, 17, and 18, you put a lot of boo-boos in your cars as you get used to driving and parking and everything else, and going to school and having doors opening on it. So who the hell cares what happens to it? I hope it holds up long enough to get all that out of her system, but you know, I'm happy to help, and it puts a smile on my face. But until that time, we get to test on it, test products, and see what works, what doesn't. And I love these auction cars. I picked up a whole bunch of these cheaper auction cars. So Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning, thank you for stopping by. Each and every one of you, I appreciate you, and we'll catch you in the next video.